this week's big three news stories, fellas, all popped up this week. Dillian Whyte takes legal proceedings against the WBC. What do you think, Johnny? Good move or bad move?
Good move, because what's he got to lose? They've not done right by him so far, so he's got to make them make a move or do something that's good for him. What else could he do? That I think is silence, as they say, is compliance. So he's basically got to make it hard for them. Totally agree with him. Good lad.
Totally agree, Lou.
I'm with him on this. I think what does he have to lose? Why not? I mean, the reality is he has been waiting a long time. It's very difficult, particularly now, more difficult than ever, to control or rein in the ratings organizations. How long is he going to sit and wait for a shot? So it can't hurt him to do what he's doing. It can't hurt.
And what do you reckon?
Yeah, no, I'm with both the boys. I mean, listen, I'll be honest, I'm not sure how much he's going to get off it, because especially if Joshua and Fury is going to take place. But there's still a lot of obstacles to overcome that. But whether they make a vacant title for him and, you know, elevate Tyson Fury so the Joshua fight can go ahead, I don't know. But I'm with both boys. Certainly, why not? He's been mandatory for a long time now.
Yeah, I think he's stuck in an awkward position. My take on it is because if they do elevate Fury to franchise champion and put White in for vacant,
I got to jump in. This franchise champion stuff is fucking horseshit. It's horseshit. What is a fucking franchise? Let me tell you, I'm tired of fucking franchise champions. I'm tired of fucking interim champions, regular champions, gold champions, diamond champions, pearl champions. The fuck are we talking about? Come on.
Yeah, but Lou,
love that.
That's all I have to say.
I just think if they elevate White to like a regular champion type thing or normal champion, who does he box? None of it's going to generate the money of a Wilder, a Joshua, or a few.
But you've also got to understand that when they do this, there's sanctioning fees. And it's confusing the fans. It's even confusing us. And so I just think once we tolerate it and take it and keep taking it and accepting it, they'll keep doing it. So I think Dillian's right in regards to putting the pressure on them, and we're right to criticise them for creating these other levels of championship.
Yeah, it's just manoeuvring and moving pieces around board. So it's 3-1. You three think it's a good move. I'm sat on fence on that one. So news story number 2. This one I like. So last night, Oscar De La Hoya, due to King Ryan Garcia's decision not to box on the July the 4th, will now return in late July with the future of boxing, Virgil Ortiz. Ryan Garcia then answers, "You do realise that you're my promoter and not one of my haters, right?" Carlo Brothers then answers, "You should join PBC. You shouldn't be with that bullshit type of company type of thing." And then next minute, Garcia deletes his tweet. So where do you go? We'll start with you, Anne. What do you do when you've got a promoter and a boxer falling out on Twitter?
It's social media. I mean, I don't know. It's just whether he's trying to pressure Ryan into a move, or I don't know. It's like it's hanging out your dirty laundry out in public a little bit, isn't it? But I don't know. Maybe like listen, there's 3 sides to every story there. Whether the fighter is feeling he's not getting treated right, whether the promoter feels he's done an awful lot for the fighter, and it's hard to say. Obviously, I get Ryan Garcia as a huge draw on like the social media. I don't know what he's like. Maybe Lou be able to tell us more about that, you know, viewing figures and stuff like that. But listen, it's never nice to see
you know what? You know where I am on this. Yeah, Virgil may be the better fighter. It's possible that Virgil could turn out to be the better fighter.
Yeah.
As a promoter, I would prefer if there's anybody out there that I'm not promoting that I could promote, Ryan Garcia would be at the top of my list. His popularity is incredible. He's good looking. Chicks love him. He has millions of female followers. He crosses over into younger people. He's a social media star, and his fucking promoter is shitting on him on the internet. For what? What was the purpose of the fucking tweet? What is he, Donald fucking Trump? What the fuck is that about?
But Lou, you know what I think? I think in this case, I think the left hand doesn't know what the right hand's doing. And I think this is one of those occasions where Oscar's probably shown how much in touch he is with his own organisation and how much his fingers on the pulse, because he's talking like that fight isn't, like he doesn't know that fight is his. You know, it doesn't make sense. So that's
okay. But let me ask you a question: Would the tweet he was trying to promote Virgil? Was it, he could have just tweeted out? He didn't have to mention Ryan. It's his own. They're both his fighter. All he had to say was, "We got a great fight coming. We're coming back to boxing in July. We got the future of boxing, Virgil Ortiz, and leave the other fucking kid's name out of your mouth." What's he, a fucking moron? I mean, I don't have a lot of, particularly in a pandemic, I don't have patience for stupidity. Like, stupid shit is really bothering me lately. And honestly, like, that was stupid shit. What was the purpose? Like, what did it accomplish other than fuck up a relationship that already obviously had some tension, right? What was the point? To fall out publicly with your star and make a fool of yourself? I mean, come on, Oscar. You got to be smarter than that, man.
Yeah.
You can perhaps help us with this, Lou. Last week, me and Anthony spoke to Dennis Rappaport, and he said Ryan Garcia he thought were one of the biggest prospects in the States. Do you know when you talk? I don't know if States is different to Britain, but when you say a kid in States has got like 4 or 5 million Instagram and Twitter followers or whatever, how do you think that equates over to pay-per-view in his boxing career?
I think it's a big indicator. I do. I think social media presence and popularity is a big indicator of your potential upside as a star and your ability to sell yourself. Because to be a pay-per-view star, you got to attract what we call, the casuals, not just the hardcore fans. You have a much healthy. You guys are like in your own UK bubble. Like you don't get the fact that boxing is not in the United States at all what it is in the UK. And frankly, Eddie didn't get that either when he came over here, and he thought it was going to be easy to take over America. Not enough people give a shit about boxing here for anybody to take over America. Forget about a guy wearing $1,800 suits from the UK. So it's not so simple. The sport here does not have the level of popularity you have over there. So when you have a kid that transcends the usual boxing fans and has a reach that goes throughout the sports universe to outside of boxing to young girls that think he's hot. I mean, the kid is popular, and that is a big deal. And that could lead to pay-per-view,
Yeah. So that's where we are. So we think we're all in unanimous decision that we're a bad move from De La Hoya. It's unanimous. So story number 3, I'll lead on this one. Fury against Joshua, a done deal for 2 fights. I'll lead off. I don't believe that's done. And I'll tell you why I don't believe it's done. Because Anthony Joshua hasn't said a word. And until Joshua says it's on, I don't think anything's on. What do you think, Alan?
It's rubbish. It's not, nothing's done, nothing's signed. In boxing, if you have something signed for 2 years down the road, it's not done. Nothing's signed, nothing's done. There are other fights that are supposed to take place in the middle. There are other people with contracts. It's horseshit. It's a deflection from the fact that we don't have any big stories in boxing to talk about right this second. So manufacture one. Again, I don't have the patience. Other people can talk about this shit. That's all I have to say about it. Richard, you're spot on. It's bullshit.
So I'm good at sensing things. I think Lou's with me.
No, but I think it's right. Go on, Johnny, sorry.
I actually thought, when you hear it, and again, I thought it's great to give everybody something to look forward to and get excited about, and the press have run with it well. But you're right. We've heard from Tyson Fury. We've heard from Eddie Hearn. Have we heard from Anthony Joshua? No, and it's until you hear it from. But listen, they've got it back to front where you've got fighters that actually say they usually have to negotiate before the fight's being done. Now the fighters, or one of the fighters, said it's a done deal. I suppose if Eddie can get Anthony Joshua to come out and say, yeah, it's a done deal, then it might give some legs. But I'm like you, I'm thinking that sounds like a lot of hot air. But you know what? So far, so good, what we're hearing. But I don't think anything's 100% spot on.
No, and
But let me ask you guys, I have a question. I have a question for you guys. Do you think it's good for boxing to be talking about something that is completely uncertain 2 years from now? What does it say about the fights that Fury's going to have in the meantime? The fight, with Wilder, the fight that they have to sell that fight, the fight that Josh was likely to have with Pulev. They have to sell that fight. They want fans to care about that fight. What you're saying is, oh yeah, we made a deal, and in the meantime, we'll give you some bullshit that you could watch because we know that these guys are going to win and they're going to fight each other. I mean, it's like, why would you diminish World Championship, heavyweight championship boxing by announcing something when you have intervening fights that must happen? It makes no sense to me. It's overall, in my mind, negative, not positive, because you're not going to get that fight next. You're going to get other heavyweight fights involving Fury and Joshua before you get Joshua versus Fury. So in my mind, having people like talking about something that's a possibility 2 years from now is not positive for today's heavyweight division. I don't see the advantage in doing that.
No, I'm with Lou. And then, like I say, other fights are in contract. There's contracts out there. And then I saw recently K2, who worked with Usyk, saying now they're going to be exercising their mandatory and stuff. There's so many obstacles to overcome. So I didn't get, and I certainly didn't get excited like everyone else did. Yeah, they might have agreed money, they might not have done, but what about the fights in the meantime? What about a venue? There's just so much to come over. So for me, everyone went crazy over it, but it was to me.
So basically, everybody's getting excited about the fact that so far the two protagonists have agreed. But then what's not hit the headlines is the fact, as Pulev said, he'll step aside or anything, as Wilder said that. What happens with Anthony? What happens with Dillian White? So there's so many obstacles. So people are probably missing the wood for the trees because they're thinking, yes, we see the big fight, but we don't see the obstacle.
I said it last week. Well,
at best, you'd word it that they've got an agreement to try and agree. That's the best.
You would, but like I say, we've said it there, and I know Tyson Fury was very dominant last time out, but you can't say Deontay Wilder and Pulev are gimmies. Do you know what I mean? You can't say they're gimmies because of what have happened, in previous fights. So, yeah, I think what Rich just said is probably right, and yeah.
It probably wouldn't be as colourful as Lou, that's all.
Johnny, going to what you said, though. You said is Deontay Wilder agreed to step aside, as Pulev agreed to step aside. What is step aside? It's economic. It's money, okay? We are in a situation, I don't care where you are on this planet, the economics of boxing are going to be hurting in 2020 and 2021. They are not going to be the same economics as 2018 and 2019. That is just the fact. The world economy is going through a rough time. So you need money to make people step aside. Right now, you can't sell tickets. You can't bring in a full crowd. There's no guarantee. There's no guarantee that even when we're able to open arenas, you're going to be able to open it to more than 25 or 50%. Where's all this step aside money coming from?
Who knows? That is a good question, but nobody knows the answer to it. So let's see what happens with that. But I think we're all unanimous that fight's not made. So fourth and last story. This is a bit of a funny one. So this week again, Dana White's gone in heavy on Bob Arum, Bob Altman's son. Is it healthy for sport that somebody at Bob Arum's age and somebody from a separate sport, UFC, and Lou, you can probably answer this one better than us. Why have the insults got so personal between those two?
Well, you could be 88 years old and still be a miserable fuck, right? And I have an affection for Bob, and I think Bob's a great promoter. I mean, he belongs in the Hall of Fame. There's no question his significance, and I get along with him. I've known him since my first day in boxing, But let's face reality. Bob sort of picked on the other guy. I mean, if you shit on somebody else, they're going to go right back at you. I mean, Dana's not a shrinking violet. So, Bob was out there when Dana did his show before everybody. Bob was attacking him a little bit. Bob thought it was irresponsible. Bob took pot shots at Dana when he had the MMA fighter who tested positive during the first show. And And frankly, Dana's numbers have been very strong. So when the numbers for the Top Rank Boxing came out and they were, you know, way lower than the UFC numbers are on ESPN, Dana took it as an opportunity to shit on Bob. But, you know, it's not like Bob's been, you know, Mr. Rogers when it came to Dana. So, like, you know, it's tit for tat. Look, Bob's not your average 88-year-old guy. Bob's still got his marbles. He's still operating at full strength, basically. He's still running a company. And, you know, you live by the sword, you die by the sword.
Johnny, what do you think?
I like Lou. Lou, you've gone right up in my estimations. You're a filthy potty mouth. And I agree with everything you're saying. You're nice, man. I like you. You've got my back.
Thank you, buddy. Thank you.
What do you reckon, Ann? Is it good?
I think Lou summed it up there at the end. He used the phrase "live by the sword, die by the sword," and that's what happens. That's what happens. Obviously, if you go for someone, you're putting yourself out there, you know, to be shot at, and I think that's what's happened.